Hey, Chef Jesse here. Well, welcome back to my kitchen. Today I'm making, I don't know what, well, I'm making shredded beef. But there's some people, my version of shredded beef, okay? There is a version called, it's a Latin dish called ropa vieja, which means old clothes. And, oh, I don't want to see that. But anyway, folks, my version is shredded beef, and I'm going to show you how I'm doing it. First of all, I took two pieces of London broil. I did a video earlier. I took two pieces of London broil and I boiled them for about 2 hours and a half. And when I stuck the fork in it and it fell off, that's when I knew it was done. So it took me about 2 hours and a half to do this, soften the steak. And now the rest is easy, and I'm going to show you how it's done. Okay, just give me a second here, and I'm going to show you how I do the shredded beef, my version. Okay. So, folks, this is my version, Uncle Jesse's version of shredded beef. Okay, this is the way I don't know. I learned it. I like it. Gilbert likes it, and that's all that matters. If you know how to do it better, then good luck. So, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you how it's done. I'm not here for a competition or anything. I'm here to show you how it cooks. If you can do it your way, then more power to you. Anyway, folks, I'm going to start showing you how I'm going to do this shredded beef. Now, like I said before, I've been boiling the steak for about 2 hours and a half, and now I'm going to show you the pan. Okay, so this is my pot here. I'm going to turn it on, warm up some oil that I put in there. I put a couple of tablespoons of oil, and not too much, just the bottom a little bit. And I'm going to start, when that warms up, I'm going to add my sofrito. Okay, and it goes. I'm going to use 2 tablespoons of sofrito, or maybe a little bit more, 2 teaspoons and a half. So that's my sofrito there. For those who don't know what sofrito is, it's a base of condiments. It contains mostly onions, peppers, garlic, cilantro, and other things. And I'll show you. I'm going to do a video pretty soon and show you how it's done. So anyway, I'm warming up my. I got my sofrito in there with my oil. Okay. So you guys are with me. Okay. So I'm going to lower the flame down a bit. Okay. Now I got this in here. I'm going to start throwing my beef in there. This is what it looks like when I shredded it up. I shredded it up by hand. And there goes my beef. Okay. There we go. I'm going to put some tomato sauce on this. I'm going to put some tomato sauce. About a half a can. I'm going to put my garlic and onion powder in there. And this is some sazon, not too much. And I'm going to put some pepper in there. Okay. And I'm going to put some olives in there as well. Okay. And I'm going to move this around. Okay. And I'm going to use a 1 envelope of sazon, which has coloring in it, so that it gives it a nice red color. And that should be, and this is it, folks. This is so easy. The hardest part of this is, of course, boiling the meat and soften it up. Now, I'm going to add something else to this, but I'm going to move it around, make sure that, okay. Now, like I said, this is, the Cubans make a version of this shredded beef. They call it ropa vieja. I don't know where I got this recipe from, but this is not what you're probably saying, ropa vieja. So you're probably saying this guy's nuts, but it's my version. So let me just taste it, see? Delicious, just like that. So, so remember, let's go what we did to this. We put 2 tablespoons and a half of sofrito. We put some olive oil, and we put some pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, and some salt. And it looks, and I put some olives in there with pimentos, and I'm mixing it around. I got some rice, some yellow rice here on the side, and that's what we're gonna eat with. The Cubans, the Cuban version, they eat it with white rice and black beans and stuff like that, but we're not going there. So, this is Uncle Jesse's version of shredded beef, and it tastes delicious, I'm telling you. We'll put a little bit of more tomato sauce in there, give it a little bit more tang, and so you just let it saute in there for a little while, keeping it very low. You don't want to burn it or fry it. And what I'm gonna do, which is probably unconventional, is I'm gonna throw some potatoes in there. Yeah, this is the way I learned it. I'm pretty sure in Hope they don't do that. The Cubans don't do that, but I do it. This, like I said, this is Uncle Jesse's version. And if you like it, try it. If you don't, you don't. And if you could do it better, more power to you. I'm not here to compete, by the way. I'm here just to entertain myself and entertain you guys. So I don't get anything out of this. I don't get paid. I don't make money. I don't live on this. This is all for fun. Entertain myself during the pandemic. When I go back to work, if I ever go back to work, my show will be over. You'll probably see me once in a while. You'll probably see pictures. But I won't have time to be showing you how to cook this. Anyway, folks, but all jokes aside, this is very good. It's quick. Like I said, well, it took me 2 hours and a half just to prepare the beef. To boil it, I just boiled it and boiled it and boiled it and boiled it and boiled it with a little bit of salt. And about 2 hours and a half later, when I put the fork in, it fell apart. I knew it was done. So I took it, cooled it off, shredded it by hand, with a fork, and then I laid it to the side, and I just made the mix now that I just showed you. So very easy. The little trick to this is that I'm going to add some potatoes to it, and when I come right back after this break, I'm going to show you how it looks with the potatoes in it. Okay, folks, I'm back. So again, rounding up what we're doing here, we're doing some shredded beef, Uncle Jesse style. And I know you're probably saying, well, that's not the way it is. Well, guess what? It's the way I cook it. Anyway, follow the recipe. It's real easy. So anyway, I got my beef in here. Let me just warm it up a bit. There we go. Put it back up. Okay. And let me show you how it's looking. Okay, look at that. Looking real good, huh? Now I'm gonna take the added ingredient that I guess is not traditional, or part of you say that's not the way it is some French fries, homemade French fries. And I'm gonna throw it in there, and I don't know what this does, but it just gives it a little bit of a touch, I guess. I don't know. This is the way I learned it, by the way. So you can leave the potatoes out if you want. Most people will, I guess, but this is the way I do it. And I like that little crunchiness in there in the potatoes, in the meat. And of course, after a while, the potatoes get soggy in there. So you want to do this toward the end, and just mix everything in there, soften up the potatoes a bit. Look at that. This is looking good. Look at this. I mean, you're gonna say, you can't tell me this doesn't look good. Okay. You can actually I used this meat one time. I had so much left over that the next day I made some tacos with shredded beef, and it was great. You can put them into sliders, I guess. Use this meat, and it's got olives in there. It's got peppers, pimentos in there, and it's looking very, very good. I just want to mix everything in there as I'm warming it up. Okay, my yellow rice is done, and it's done, folks. This is done, and ready to be served. So let's round this up. Shredded beef, Uncle Jesse style. Okay, I'm only going to do this one time. I took the beef, I boiled it for 2 hours and a half. When it became real soft, I shredded it by hand. I threw it into a pan with some oil, sofrito, some salt, pepper, garlic, onion powder, I put some olives in there and mixed everything up. And then I threw in my beef that was already on the side, that I already had cooked and shredded. Threw it in there and let everything saute together. Everything come together. And I made some homemade French fries. And I threw some potatoes in just to give it a little bit of texture in the meat. And you can leave the potatoes out if you want, but this is the way I learned how to do it. So, but the potatoes give it a little bit of texture and breaks up the meat, I guess. And I made some yellow rice with corn on the side. And that's today's dinner. Very simple. Shredded beef, Uncle Jesse style. I think this is it's a Latin dish. I think it's mostly Cubans that make this. They call it ropa vieja, which means whole clothes. And oh my God, I don't know any feet here, whole clothes. But that's why they call it ropa vieja. And they usually eat it with white rice and black beans and stuff. But that's their style. You know, I'm not Cuban, so this is my style. So with that said, let me start serving this, and we're gonna show you how it looks at the table. Well, folks, I made shredded beef, and I'm gonna take you over to the table to look at it. It looks pretty good. Let me show you. Let me turn and show you how it looks. Look at that. So there goes your rice in the bottom, and your potatoes have softened up, so they give a little taste to it. They definitely softened up from when I fried them up. And there goes your shredded beef. It's got olives in there. It's got all kind of. I told you what it's got in it, so I'm not gonna go over it. There goes. I wish I could have been a part of it. And this looks pretty good. Look at that. Look at that. I thought it was funny. I thought it was great. So, folks, shredded beef, Uncle Jesse style. I don't know how you do it, if you do it, but if you do, and you know how to do it, then do it. But this is my style. So, with that said, I'm gonna go eat. Enjoy the rest of the evening with Gilbert, and you guys enjoy yourselves with your loved ones. And stay safe. Guys, stay safe. We're in the holiday season. I know people are just fed up with this thing going on, but a little bit more, folks. Just a little bit more, and we'll make it through this. I'm telling you, better days are ahead. So remember, wear your mask, stay 6 feet away, stay out of crowds, don't visit relatives during the holidays, get Zoom and get grandma to get on Zoom, get grandpa to get on Zoom, or do whatever it takes to see your family, but stay away this year. So anyway, I love you guys, and always go to my channel, Cooking with Uncle Jesse, and watch my videos. And if you have any questions, always feel free to ask me. People have been asking me lately, how do you make this and make that? I love it. So if you need to ask me something, just ask me. That's it. Okay? And see you guys tomorrow.